A very warm good morning to one and all present over here class. Welcome to the digital platform of APS. Now this is Pawan Kumar. Today is the fifth lecture of chapter 5, continuity and differentiability, and topic is differentiability of a function at a given points. So point will be given and we have to prove continuity, differentiability of a function at a given points. Means what is the necessary condition for function to be differentiable. The function will be differentiable if there exist a unique tangents. So today I will prove differentiable function or any function will be differentiable if there exist a unique tangents. So let us start. So first of all, let y is equal to fx be a function represent in xy plane, represent in xy plane. See, suppose this is the function y is equal to fx, represent in xy plane. This is the function y is equal to fx. Now let any second line, any second line which cuts the curve at P and Q, at P and Q, having coordinates P, coordinates of P you can consider x comma y. So now see, suppose this is the second line, this is the second line which cuts the curve at a point P and Q, and P coordinate is given x comma y, P coordinate is given x comma y. So P coordinate is here, suppose x comma y, and you know since y is equal to function of x, so P coordinates will be x comma f of x. In terms of function we can write here x comma f of x. So if we measure the x or abscissa measurement from P, when you will draw the projection from P on x axis, draw the projection from P on x axis, you will get this distance is from the origin will be x, and a vertical distance of consider that is PM. So PM will be f of x from these coordinates. This length you can consider small x. So let Q coordinates let the coordinates Q or the point P, the point Q the point Q lies on the line, lies on the curve, lies on the curve at a small distance of h from the point P. So when you will draw the projection from Q on x-axis, you will get this distance will be small h. This is the small h distance, small distance. This is the small distance. So the Q coordinates will be, Q coordinates or abscissa measurement of point Q. Abscissa measurement of point Q will be small of x plus h. So Q coordinates will be here x plus h comma f of x plus h. Point P. Then point Q coordinates will be here x plus h and a y is equal to fx. At the place of x you will put x plus h. So this is the coordinates of Q. Now again see, the point Q lies on the curve at a small distance of h from the point P. P is the point here and Q is the point. That is h small distance of h unit from the P. Means you can consider from the graph Mn distance is small h and whole distance of point N from the origin, that is x plus h. So this is the abscissa measurement of the point Q and the ordinate measurement will be f of x plus h. So this is the measurement f of x plus h and this abscissa distance, that will be small x plus h from Q. So x plus h and corresponds to the point y, that will be f of x plus h. Now see, suppose this is the point Q that is moving towards the P, moving on the curve towards the P, then the line secant will convert to tangents. If you will consider the points Q moving towards the P on this curve, when the point Q will move towards the P on the curve, the secant line will converted to the tangent at P. जैसे जैसे पॉइंट P पॉइंट Q की ओर मूव करेगा, वैसे वैसे ये सेकेंड जो लाइन है वो टेंजेंट में कन्वर्ट होता जाएगा. सेकेंड लाइन दैट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू टेंजेंट. और अगर एब्सिसा, इफ आई विल टॉक अबाउट एब्सिसा मेजरमेंट, व्हाट इज अबाउट एब्सिसा मेजरमेंट? Abscissa measurement means x plus h will convert it to x. X plus h is tending to x. So how you will write here? Let the point Q is moving or moves the point Q moves towards the point P. Let the point Q moves towards the point P on the curve. On the curve. Then what you will see? You will see the second line that passes through P and Q will convert to the tangent line that passes through P. So see here, the point Q moves when the point, so when the point Q moves towards the point P on the curve, then the second line through P and Q will convert to the second line through P and Q will convert to the tangent through P. See, when the point Q moves towards the point P on the curve, then the second line through P and Q will convert to the tangent through P. Now again see, the point, since the point Q, we can say in mathematical, the point Q tends to point P. Q is tending to P. Then x plus x measure will tends to x. This implies h tends to 0. So this is the value of h that is tending to 0 but not equal to 0. Now again see, in mathematical or symbolic terms, when the point Q tends to P, means the point Q is tending to P, then abscissa measurement of point Q will tends to x. X plus h will convert it to x. So h tends to 0. Result is h tends to 0, means the point Q is tending towards P from right side. From right. Now draw a line parallel to x-axis and passing through P. Parallel to x-axis and passing through P, this will be the line that cuts the line ON at a point, suppose K. So from figure, you can calculate the slope of line PQ, or we can say secant, slope of secant. That is how you will calculate the slope of secant using the tangent formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 means qk and x2 minus x1 is, that is pk. So qk measurement will be f of x plus h minus f of x. This distance is f of x, this whole distance is f of x plus h. So qk distance will be f of x plus h. So see, since the slope of secant line, we can say the slope of secant line PQ that is, or here f of x plus h means formula you know, tangential value means tangent ratio of tan qk upon pk, qk upon pk, this is the slope, and this value is f of x plus h minus f of x whole upon, because you know this is the value f of x plus h minus f of x, because this value is f of x plus h and this value is f of x, so this value will be f of x plus h minus f of x, so this is the qk value. And similarly x2 minus x1, we can say x2 minus x1 means x plus h at the place of x2 minus x at the place of x1. So this is the slope of second line PQ. Slope of second line PQ. And when you will see Q point is tending to P, in case this h small quantity will tending to 0. This small quantity h will tends to 0. So the secant will convert to the tangent through P. So limiting point will be here. So the slope of tangent through the point P will be equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x whole upon x plus h minus x, and this result will be small h. This result will be small h. We can write here, when the point Q will tends to P, in case limiting point h will be tends to 0, so f of x plus h, then what will be the tangent through the point P? That is limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x whole upon h. This is the tangent to the curve at a point P. Now let us consider any points R left to the point P. Let the point R, or we can say capital R, be any point lies on the curve left to the P, left to point P, such that R is small h unit distance, from P. Therefore R coordinates, what will be the R coordinates? The R coordinates will be, see, the point P coordinate is x comma y. Point P coordinate is x comma y, means x comma fx. Then R coordinates will be x minus h, h unit distance, from P. So this distance is small h. So the coordinates of r with respect to origin, that will be x minus h comma f of x minus h. This is the new points which is left to the point P, and draw second. Draw a second. Draw a second through R and P. Through R and P. Now see, we are going to draw tangents that passing through R and P. See, this is the point R and P, and we have drawn secant through R and P. So we have drawn a secant R and P, a secant through RP. Then you can consider the same process. The point R is tending to P from left. Suppose the point R is moving from left to right or towards P, from left to right towards P, then what will happen? Now see, the point R is tending towards point P, to the left, then x minus h means abscissa measurement of point R will tends to x, and x will cancel out. This implies x minus h minus x will tends to 0. This will cancel out. This implies minus h will tends to 0. So minus h is tending to 0 when the point R moves towards the P. Means the line secant RP or second line RP, we can say, the second line RP will convert to the tangent through P. Means when minus h tends to 0, in case the second line RP will convert to the tangent through P. And how you calculate their slope of secant or tangents? See here. So now see, the slope of secant, the slope of secant line RP, what will be the result? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. You know, this is the slope formula. So y2 minus y1 means this is the measurement. R, ordinate of R, that is f of x minus h. Ordinate of R, that is f of x minus h. See, that will be equal to f of x minus h minus f of x, this is the at the place of y2 minus y1 whole upon x minus h minus x. So this result will be minus h. This is the slope of second line RP, and when the point R will move towards the P, when the point R moves towards P, then minus h will tends to 0. In case the secant will convert to the tangent through P, and second line will convert to tangent through P. Therefore, slope of tangent through P, that is limit h will tends to 0, or we can say minus multiply on both the side, h will tends to 0, result will be f of x minus h minus f of x whole upon minus h. This is the slope of the tangent through P. So you can consider equation 1, equation 2, and equation 1, that was the slope of tangent through P when the point Q will move towards P from right. So when the point Q tends to P from right, then the slope of tangent at P, that is f of x plus h minus f of x whole upon h, and when the point R moves from left to P, then the slope of tangent through P, that is f of x minus h minus f of x whole upon minus h, and common point P, at a common point P, it cannot possible to draw more than one tangents. So slope of tangent through P when R tends to P and when Q tends to P, both are equal, both will be equal. So see here, so from equation 1, equation 1 is the slope of tangent through P when the point Q tends to P from right. From equation 1 and 2, slope of tangent through P, that will be equal from left or from right. So limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x whole upon h, that will be equal to limit h tends to 0, f of x minus h minus f of x whole upon h. So this is the condition for a function to be differentiable, or you know, if fx is differentiable at a point T, at a point P, consider, you can say also the function fx will be differentiable at a point P if there exist a unique tangents, you also know. So we can write here, or you know, through a single point we can draw a single tangents. एक सिंगल पॉइंट से हम लोग सिर्फ एक ही टेंजेंट्स ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं किसी कर्व पे, और फ्रॉम आर से अगर देखा गया तो हमारे पास एक टेंजेंट्स की वैल्यू स्लोप ऑफ टेंजेंट्स, और उसके बाद क्यू से देखा गया तो क्यू से भी एक टेंजेंट्स कंसिडर कर लिया. दोनों वैल्यू और स्लोप ऑफ टेंजेंट्स एट अ पॉइंट पी अगर कैलकुलेट किया गया, दोनों के रिजल्ट्स इक्वल आते हैं व्हेन फंक्शन विल बी डिफरेंशिएबल. इन केस देयर इज अ यूनिक टेंजेंट, So function is differentiable. So function fx is differentiable when there exists a unique tangent. Unique tangent. There exists a unique tangent. So this is the complete theory of differentiability of a function at a point, left hand derivative or right hand derivative. This function is known as, this expression is known as left hand derivative, you know also, and this expression is known as right hand derivative. Left hand derivative and right hand derivative is equal, then the function is differentiable. और यही कंडीशन हम लोग सभी में वेरीफाई कराते हैं. Now this topic is totally completed. Now you can write, this is LHD and this is RHD. So RHD, that is equal to LHD. Also LHD means right hand derivative, at the place of right hand derivative f of x plus h, and for left hand derivative f of x minus h is here.